This was Lucy Letby's last day on the witness stand, during which the prosecution called the former neonatal nurse a liar and a murderer. The court was told about social media searches that Miss Letby had done whilst on shift at the Countess of Chester Hospital, on one occasion searching in quick succession for the families of 3 different babies she's alleged to have harmed. The prosecution barrister, Nick Johnson KC, said, "What was the connection in your mind between those 3 people?" "They are babies who have died from being seriously unwell," Lucy Letby replied. Nick Johnson said, "You were checking up on your victims, weren't you?" "No," the nurse replied. "You are a killer who was looking at your victims." "No."
Over 14 days, Lucy Letby gave evidence, answered questions and vigorously denied all of the charges against her. And over that time, the court has also been shown text messages that the nurse sent to colleagues saying that the ward they worked on was understaffed and unsafe. She has also suggested to the prosecution that raw sewage had gone on to one of the nursery wards where babies were being cared for. And there was also the suggestion from the prosecution about a possible motive. They say that Lucy Letby killed babies to attract the attention and sympathy of a male colleague on whom she had a crush. Charges she vigorously again denies.
Today, Lucy Letby denied having an affair with that same colleague who was married, but she agreed she did have an active social life, going out drinking with former colleagues after her suspension from the ward in 2016. It was a period of time during which the prosecution said she had previously told the court her mental health had deteriorated, she was isolated from colleagues and very alone. Nick Johnson KC said, "You are a very calculating woman, aren't you, Lucy Letby?" "No." "You tell lies deliberately, don't you?" "No." "The reason you tell lies is to try to get sympathy from people." "No." "To get attention?" "No." The court was also shown once more a note written by Miss Letby and found at her home in which she says, "I am evil. I did this." "This is how I felt at that time," Lucy Letby said. "I could not see a future for myself." Nick Johnson replied, "You are a murderer." "No, I am not. You have murdered many children. I have never murdered a child or harmed any of them." In her final moments on the stand, Lucy Letby told the court before all this had happened, before her arrests, she had had a very happy life. The trial continues next week. Katerina Vitozzi, Sky News, Manchester.